My name is Roger Riffle. I'm the project supervisor of the Arlington Road Bridge project in Brookville, Ohio.
I'm Monty Meyer with Brumbaugh Construction. I was the project foreman.
Jackie Nickel, ODOT District 7, project engineer.
Joe Ratterman with Brumbaugh Construction. I was the project manager.
Michelle Poor, I was area engineer on the project for District 7.
It was a $5.3 million bridge replacement.
The Arlington Road Bridge project sold in November of 2017, and it's a 4-span bridge project over I-70. Bridge widening to add a third lane, a turn lane on the bridge, add sidewalks, add street lighting, and add a lot of decorative aesthetics.
Before the project got started, and even before the pre-construction meeting, you could tell that partnering was going to be an integral part of the project. Originally, the contract allowed for a 120-day bridge closure, but a question was asked during bid time if that number could be increased, and the department was able to increase that number to 150 days. And even still, I think that was still a pretty hard push to get the work done in that time frame.
I knew with 150-day closures we were going to be pushing it, that we couldn't be waiting, so we made some changes. Things that are minor when they're caught early, but when you're in the field and you're waiting for a rebar delivery, things like that, proved to be pretty crucial. It really worked out well to early communication.
On this project, we elected to move my office trailer to the site and sit right next to the ODOT inspector's trailer, just to be closer to the project. Our location of our office is only 20 minutes north of the job, but that's 20 minutes that could be lost at a critical time when something's needed. So in order to keep our managers with ODOT's managers, it was critical that we have that centrally located office.
As a project engineer, it was good to know that the contractor was right next door, and if we had questions, it was a matter of just getting up and going next door and asking them. The project also included some funds from the city of Brookville that involved the installation of some street lighting, so both on the structure and along the roadway itself. Our project added sidewalks, so that safety aspect as well as the visual aesthetics was something that the city really wanted to be a part of.
Brookville, they'd stop out maybe on a weekly basis. They were very good throughout the project to work with.
Brumbaugh was very conscientious in including them and taking issues to them.
Early on in the project, we had some discussion within our office of what was the best way to deal with traffic as we were demoing the old and erecting the new. And actually, Monty Meyer, our project foreman, came up with the idea of taking the cars up the off-ramps and back on the on-ramps, just basically detour the interstate traffic as opposed to doing a 15-minute closure.
I'm on a fire department in Bacchians, and when we have wrecks where they work out, we'll run traffic up and around you so you can keep the flow of traffic moving, and kind of approached Joe and mentioned it to him, and I thought this could be a big benefit.
We ended up implementing the plan, monitoring the plan as we implemented, and it worked very well.
And once the traffic pattern was established, the public seen what was going on and utilized it well. It was a huge success.
With the piling, it's always an unknown what depth they're going to go. On the pier piles, which is what we started with, we ended up welding on to one pile and going that route. But then in the abutments, we started to see a similar problem. These piles are going deeper than what plan is, and getting material could be an issue. So in both abutments, we elected to let them set overnight, do a restrike, and the piles had come up to bearing.
Doing that type of approach definitely saved us time and money. We didn't have to wait on more piling to be delivered. Definitely was a benefit for both parties.
So as we were paving our surface asphalt, you can imagine we're nearing the end of our job, and we find out a week later that our density cores came up low. The immediate response from ODOT was, we need to tear it out and replace it. Kind of an earth-shattering email to get.
It was a week before the road was ready to be reopened, and it would have taken 3 weeks to do that work. Of course, the density is important. You don't want the long-term impacts of low densities, pavement failures, rutting and whatnot. And in addition to that, at the completion of the project, the city of Brookville was going to assume the maintenance responsibilities of this project.
Wagner Paving and Brumbaugh Construction kind of thought, what can we do different? Wagner's saying, we'll guarantee this asphalt. We don't feel like there's any problems with it. ODOT used to have a 7-year maintenance bond essentially on their paving. We kind of kicked that idea around with Wagner and presented that to ODOT as a solution to the problem.
The project team worked together very well. At solving their problems in the RFIs and resolving all their issues at the project level.
The holes in the beam ends were detailed the wrong size and the wrong location, which made it hard to get the rebar through.
Caught the problem after one set was delivered, so the forward span could be drilled at the shop prior to them being delivered, and then we were able to retrofit the holes in the beams that were already there and make those work too.
The better you work together, the better the job's gonna go, and I mean, it proved it over and over again on this project. We couldn't ask for a better group to go through that with.
They took it to heart. It mattered to them. You know, it was their bridge until they were done, and then it's Brookville's, and that's the attitude that you need.
These are long-term relationships with a contractor and ODOT. It's not just the job you're dealing with right now. It's the job you're going to do a year from now, 5 years from now. So, you know, the relationship of working together, there's only one way to get the job done, is that is to partner.